Welcome, Oiler Nation. I am Deven Stover, sitting next to head women's basketball coach Michele Durand. And I just want to get it started off. I know we ask a lot about the players, but as a coach, you're constantly evolving. So what's one area you focused on improving your leadership style this season?
Wow, what a great question. I think I've really focused on trying to be, I can be pretty intense. And I'm still that way, but I've tried to be focused a lot more on the positive and really the good things that we're doing.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, that leads right into my next question. I've never told you this, but I love your passion, Coach. I really do.
That's good.
So your emotional energy on game days, I believe, is like undeniably contagious. So, but it's clear you're also incredibly strategic and thoughtful. So how do you balance between motivating through emotion and strategy?
It's tough. Isaac helps me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, but I think that I don't think you should change your personality as a coach.
Yeah,
I think
not.
people try to be like other coaches. I can't be like anybody else but me, and so I'm used to me. And I think over the years you just learn when you can be a little more intense and when you have to dial it back a little bit. And I'm not great at it still, but I'm getting better.
Yeah. So getting into yesterday's game, Ashland has been a consistently strong program. What were your biggest takeaways from how your team performed against them, both in terms of strength and areas for improvement?
Well, number one, I thought our effort was great. We really competed the whole game, so that's a big positive. But as far as, we got to do a better job when we play them the next time of taking away the three ball. That was a focus. We didn't do a great job of it. They really got us at the end of the half. That could have been easily a 5 to 3 point game at the end of the half, and we gave them 2 open threes that they're very good at knocking down.
And all of a sudden, just like that, back out to a 9-point advantage.
So that area we've got to be better in. And then we got to do a better job of just moving on offense. It's very difficult against their defense. They do a good job of taking you out of your sets. And we didn't really. We haven't faced that. We faced that a little bit in the first game with Grand Valley. Their pressure was different. It was more full court pressure. Ashland just really does a nice job in the half court, and we just got to do a better job of executing in the half court.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys will. So in moments where your team faces these like heavy adversity moments, how do you tap into your own emotional intelligence and keep them focused and motivated?
Well, we talked about, before the game, that we couldn't have too many highs and lows. We had to be, and Ashland's very good at that. They're very even-keeled throughout the game. And again, we just kept having to remind them, we might go on runs, we're going to go on runs, but we've got to stay really even and focused throughout the whole game. So it's just a mindset, I think.
Absolutely. And then transitioning into tomorrow, what's one thing your team needs to do to impose its will against Tiffin's style?
We got to do a really good job in transition both ways. I think we can beat them up the floor, and I think we're really good when we're in transition, but we've got to do a better job defensively from the first game in transition. We've got to find their shooters. They've got really good shooters. They play kind of a unique zone. We've got to be able to move the ball in the zone and really get good shots in the zone and not fall prey to taking really quick shots.
Okay, sounds good. And as you approach the latter part of the season, looking forward, what areas do you believe require the most attention to ensure peak performance during conference play and postseason opportunities?
I think we got to really keep continuing to get better defensively. Focusing at we've got to defend the 3-point shot a lot better. Everybody in our conference shoots it pretty well, so we've got to do that. And I think we've got to really keep focusing on rebounding. I think rebounding wins you championships. So I think that, and then just again, one game at a time. It's a grind right now. They're going to be tired today, but like I told them last night, it's kind of how you bounce back from this. That we got to flush that game quick. So
that's how it goes. And last question: looking at your growth as a coach, are there moments when you realize that you too were learning from your players or adopting your approach based on their feedback?
Absolutely. We actually do. We meet with our players quite often, and in the last individual meeting I had with everybody, I asked, what are we doing well as a coaching staff? What do we need to improve? And I listen to what they say, and I try to do the things that I try to hear what they say, not just listen, but really hear them. And then we're trying to do that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we all need growth. It's a part of the process. The man upstairs is helping us grow. So thank you for joining us today. This has been Deven Stover and head coach Michele Durand here on Oiler Outlook.